Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm here on a different day because I'm typically here on Tuesday and I needed to bump a day, so I'm here on a different day, but hopefully you're gonna find me anyway. I do broadcast every week on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone, and but today I'm posting on Wednesday. And Tuesday, it's always Teach Me Tuesday. So we're doing Teach Me Tuesday, but we're doing it on Wednesday. And I'm gonna show you how to make an easy shaker card. And we're gonna have fun with sequins and some of our new celebration paper. So for those of you who are new here, I also broadcast on Thursday at the same time, so 2 p.m. Central. And on Thursdays, we do Simple and Stepped Up. So today it's all about teaching, and we're going to look at some fun things with the new Penguin Punch, the new Penguin Place, which is actually a bundle, the stamp set and the punch. I would highly recommend that you get them both. And then there is a coordinating designer series paper that you can get absolutely free when you place a minimum $50 order. So it is part of our celebration, which runs through the end of September. So I think for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera down and do some reminders as we press on. Hey Gail, thanks for joining me. Here we go. Okay, you can see I've got some pretty paper down here. And this is the paper that I'm going to be using today. And I love the fact that it has some beautiful, beautiful artwork on it, but then it has what we often call the B-side. And the B-side gives us more of backgrounds. Hi, Vivian. I am feeling better. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, I needed to not be live yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. I just needed to be quiet and resting. So I took the liberty of postponing by a day. So let me get this looking a little better for you here. So let me show you what I mean about A sides and B sides. So this is an A side of paper. Isn't that gorgeous artwork? So cute, and such a fresh color palette with this fresh freesia background. And I love all the critters. The fox is my favorite. But you know, you don't need a lot more with paper like this. I mean, this is the star of the show. But if you turn it to the other side, you have this very subtle, more of a background paper with all these cute trees. And of course, these aren't necessarily Christmas trees. These could go basically all winter and even fall, because they're just evergreen trees. Hey Jane, welcome, I'm glad you're here. So these, let me show you a bigger piece so that you can get my A-side, B-side concept. So here is another piece of a similar paper, different scene, and look at the B-side with that fresh freesia, little snowflakes, stars, super cute. And then here is another kind of a background, a B-side. This to me is, I think of birthdays with this, just fresh colors. But look at the A-side. Look at those cute, they're making a snowman. And now we've added a little bunny and we've added the little bird here. So super cute artwork. And I think this just is gonna make you smile, whatever age you are, because very ageless paper. Now look at this, definitely A-side paper. Look at those gorgeous images. Now you could punch out these little guys right here. So we have the coordinating punch that coordinates with a stamp set, but it also coordinates with the paper. And then here's the B side. I'm going to be using this side today. This is just jade. And then here is another A side. Look how cute. And then, whoa, look at all those pretty, just fresh stripes. You could use that year round, absolutely year round. And then last but not least, here is another cute scene. Look at that little fox. He's so cute. And then this is the other piece that I'm using today. So I'm going to be using these more background sides today because we are going to make a shaker card and we're going to make a little scene for the shaker card. So let's move this out of the way and get busy. Hey Geraldine, thanks for joining us. So here is the stamp set that coordinates. It's only $17. And look at how many images you have. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. That means everything is clear, easy for placement. You have birthday greetings. You have just, I like you a lot. It's like a little, except a lot. So you have everything from there to happy birthday, season's greeting, lots of thanks. So really this is an all occasion stamp set with a little bit of Christmas thrown in. Hey Diane, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. And Marlene, welcome. So there is a coordinating punch and we are going to be using this today. Now let me show you, before we get into shakers, let me show you a couple of things about this coordinating punch. So you can punch out, let me get some paper going here, get some more white. Needed some more scraps that I forgot to bring over. So one of the things you can do is you can stamp your little penguin and just punch him out. You can stamp him in black, so let's try that first. There's my black ink, and there's my little penguin. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp, so you want to use your piercing mat underneath you. You don't have a piercing mat, you could use like a catalog or something. You need something with some squish underneath it. Because these photopolymer stamps, you can see there's no extra cushion underneath it, and you need that extra bit of cushion to get a really good application of ink. Hey Barb, I'm glad you're here. So we're gonna stamp him first. Look how cute. And then we can just punch him out. If I'm smart, I'm going to take this and crop this down, and that way I don't waste the paper next to me. So I have this scrap to use for something else. So now, this little guy right here, you just center him and punch him out. Adorable. Now, you would then go in and, stamp his beak and add some feet, different things that you can do with him. But I wanted to concentrate, first of all, on his little body. The other thing you can do is you can stamp his body in black and then stamp his inner body in white and build him that way. And let me get this out of the way because that way you can see better. The other thing you can do is you can take your black glimmer paper, yes indeed, and let's stamp him or cut him out, punch him out like that. And then he sparkles, and then he has a shiny, sparkly body. So I think this is the one I'm going to use today, but we're going to try both and see how we get on. So before I get the rest of my shaker card ready, I think I will go ahead and get his eyes and his beak going. I think I've got some black on my black ink. Let me grab a little white here. Of course, I can't find where I put them. Anytime you're using black ink and white paper, you need to have something handy because you can pick up little bits of that black ink and don't even realize that you did. Let's just clean that up a little bit just to make sure, because I think I'm getting little tiny bits. Now, let's give him some eyes and a beak. So I've got my little black eyes here, just these tiny little dots. And I'm just going to do them like so. Super cute. And then I'm going to give him a little beak. Now I'm going to use Calypso Coral. You could use yellow, you could use different oranges. Calypso Coral is in the set of Designer Series paper, so I just thought, well, I might as well use that. Because they've kind of already, this is where Stampin' Up! Has already done the work of color coordination for us, and they've already figured out the colors that are going to work best. So let's bring this like so. And now I am going to go ahead and stick him down to this glimmer paper. And one of the things you will find, because the glimmer paper does have some texture to it, I like to use glue dots. Hey Melissa, thanks for joining us. We're playing with penguins today from the Penguin Place bundle. So now I'm just going to, ooh, one of his eyes ended up being a little bit bigger than the other. It looks a little lopsided. I probably pressed harder with one side than the other. Now either he looks like he's winking, or I'm going to get my black marker out. Let's see. Does he look a little bit drunk? Or, let's see. I think he looks pretty cute, but I'm going to grab my Stampin' Write marker and just make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Now he looks a little more even. Okay, if it was a half, he'd look like he was winking. Oh, I just stuck him to the wrong one. This is what happens when I talk and stamp at the same time. Okay, more glue dots. And then we are going to have this cute little sparkly, a little glimmery, sparkly penguin. Is he not adorable? I think he's absolutely adorable. And I mean, he's got a little bit more on one side than the other. I don't think it really matters. Okay, he's ready to go. So let's start working on our little scene that he's going to be in front of, and then we'll do the shake, the shaker part. And that's where we're going to put some sequins in and have some fun with the shaker element. Now I want, you see, I'm already picking up black ink again. Lord have mercy. It's somewhere on here. Ah, I think I just found it. Okay. So he is going to be in front of this scene. So what I'm going to do is, there's this little tree. Yeah, exactly, Jane. Just like in real life. Yeah, they're not exactly even, are they? None of us are. I'm going to use just jade because that is the color that is in the paper. And I'm going to be using a little frame over this. So let me just kind of give you the frame so you see where I'm heading, and I'll show you what I did to make the frame. So we're going to make this little scene, and we're going to put him here. So I need some trees behind here, and this is going to help me know how high to put my trees. So let's go in here and let's start doing trees. Now this is just jade. It's a really nice, kind of a medium green. And so I can stamp the tree and then stamp another one without inking up. And you see how it gives the illusion of depth. And it also gives a variety to the greens that I'm using, so it's not so much of just the same old color. Now let's do another one over here. And then maybe just one more down here. And we'll do the double again. Okay? So that's creating my nice little scene. I'm pretty happy with that. And you can see how it's just a lovely, lovely green. Again, this is just jade. It's actually one of our end colors. And here's my blue. Because the blue in this paper here, not the framed part, but this little part underneath, between here, that is Misty Moonlight. That's another one of our end colors. So I'm going to actually use that to create some snowflakes. And I don't want to create too many because I'm going to put some sequins in here as well. But I do want to put some. And again, I'm going to not ink up the second time. So I get some paler ones. And then I'm going to do one more here. And then one more here. Okay. So now I've created this cute little scene. Now we're ready to do some shaker action. Let me show you a few things about how you do a shaker card and why they're so fun. Now I have chosen Just Jade card base to go with my Just Jade. Now see, if I were just doing a simple card, I could just do this. Honestly, I could put my, where'd he go? I could put this little guy on here. I mean, I could do a lot of, honestly, just a sentiment is about all you'd need on here. But I'm wanting to do a shaker card. So let me add, oh, I just stuck my arm right across the camera. Let me get some adhesive here. And this is just a 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece of designer series paper. But look how much depth that adds. And this paper is free when you place a $50 order. So that's a really nice element. And then we're going to do this and we're going to do this. But I'm going to add some sequins. It actually looks pretty good just the way it is. But I wanted to show you. So how did I make this frame? I used the layering rectangles. If you don't have these, I would highly recommend adding these to your collection. I don't know if you can see, I did, I think I did this one here, no? This one here, and then this one here, and then just ran them through my Big Boss at the same time, and it gave me that little designer series paper frame. However, designer series paper is a little bit thin, which is perfect for layering, but I wanted my, my frame to have a little bit of heft. So I put another frame around it, and I used the Night of Navy. So that's how I created my frame. You could just do this on your trimmer. The stitching just adds a little bit of textural interest. So let's go ahead and stick this down first. I'm going to stick my white piece down just like so. Just center it. And then I'm going to add these. Hey Mary, I'm glad you're here, and yes, I am feeling much better today, thank you. I think I just needed to rest. These are the foam adhesive strips. These are basically like dimensionals, but they're long strips. And when you're doing something like this, they are really, really pretty perfect, because it just means that I don't have to do, you know, line them all up side by side. I want to make sure that when I do these, that I don't have any little gaps where my sequins could get through. Now I could cut these, but honestly, you can also just grab one of these strips. I grabbed two. And I'm just going to lay it right here, right on top of my white. This is my card, my little scene, my little base scene. And I'm going to build up my strips all the way around so that it's going to keep all of my shaker element, which is going to be sequins. It's going to keep them right where they need to be. And the key with this, again, is to make sure that you don't have any gaps where you're going to have sequins that escape. So there, that's that. Now I'm not going to take off the protective strip just yet because that's super, super sticky. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use these lovely sequins. Part of how this was inspired is I've been using these. I'm doing a stamp camp this Saturday. It's online, and I'm doing it with one of my friends in Canada. We're co-hosting it. And we're using these subtle sequins in quite a few projects. And I have to tell you, when I got these initially, they gave us a set of these in Maui, and I was like, these are sequins, but they're not all super shiny. Some of these are called subtle sequins. Some of them are like a matte silver finish. Some of them are like a matte gray. Some of them are like a soft white. But look how pretty. I think that what happens is because it's not, they're not all the same, you get a lot of variation in the appearance. Now I don't want to stack this too full because you won't be able to see my trees, but I'll probably put a few more in so that when they shake around you can still see. I think that'll do. My tendency with shaker cards is to pack them too full and then they don't shake because I didn't give them any room because I packed too many. Because you know, when you're adding sparkle, can you really have too much? The answer actually is yes, you can. So this is super, super easy. It's not messy. Now I'm going to take this little protective strip and I'm going to remove it all the way around. And then I'm just going to lay my frame right on the top. And I find this is the easiest way. Some people put the strips on their frame, but then you have kind of a mess turning it over. So, oh, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot almost the most important part. That's why I had that. I couldn't figure out what this was from. I thought it was from my, I need a window sheet to keep it all in place. Where did my little piece of window sheet go? I had it, and then it escaped. You have to have a window sheet or those sequins are going to go everywhere. Now, where did I put it? It's clear. Let me see. Did I have it somewhere? You know, I was tucking it in. I came across it and I thought, aha, there it is. I thought it went to my stamp set. These are actually on back order at the moment. But this is a clear window sheet and I'm going to attach it right there. Wow, glad I remembered that. One of the most important things. And I'm just using regular adhesive for this. You don't have to use anything super firm or super fancy or anything like that. Hey Peggy, I'm glad you're joining us. We're making a shaker card today and I almost forgot the window sheet, like one of the most important parts. I think I'm going to take a little tissue. I think that might have picked up a few little bits and pieces along the way because I was not being totally careful with it. Well, it actually got mixed in with something. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so now that is going to go like so. Now we're ready to put this little frame right on top. And there we have our shakers. I have a lot of snow in my scene. But isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Got a lot of snow in my scene. But see, it's down there below the trees, and then when you shake it, it moves around. I probably got a few too many in there. Can I lift it? Probably not. I probably ought to leave it alone. Now, where did my little, here's my penguin. now you see why I was going in that direction. Okay, so this is a festive card. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of effort. And honestly, I'm using these subtle sequins. But you know, if you have little bits of leftover charms, trinkets, punches, you know, like if you have confetti, there's all kinds of things you can put in here. But I do recommend putting at least some sequins in there because you want that sparkle and that shine. Now, my penguin does need some feet. So let me grab the punch and looky here. We're going to give him some little feet like this. And then we're going to put a greeting on here, which I haven't really thought through very well yet, so you can help me. So I'm hoping one of my aims with this Teach Me Tuesday that's happening on Wednesday is that it will demystify the shaker card for you. If you are mystified in any way, I'm hoping to take the guesswork out of it so that you will be inspired to make your own shaker card. So let's get some mini dimensionals because why not? Let's pop those little guys up. I think, do I have minis in here? Minis over here. And you know, this shaker card right here, this would be a great card for a boy's birthday. Because my little penguin, he could, you know, he could be for a boy or a girl. I think anybody that got this little penguin would be ready to smile from ear to ear because the penguin's adorable. And then you add the shaker element and then you've got adorable on steroids. Here we go. So there's this little foot there. Oh my, I'm liking him. Yeah, I probably got a few too many sequins in my card. Can I lift? Or should I leave well enough alone? Ha ha ha, look at there. I am going to lift. Nope. Can I? Yep, I can do it. I can do it. Candy is going to pull a few out to use on something else and make it where it's not too full. I will say most of our adhesives, if you move them within the first 3 to 5 minutes, they will allow you to lift. After that, not so much. That's better. I like that better. And then I have enough sequins to put on something else. Yeah, that way it's not so crowded. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I do need to put a little greeting on here, and I want it to be small. And actually, oh, you sent your son-in-law a shaker card for his birthday, Peggy. I bet he loved it. I mean, what's not to love about that? Lots of cuteness. Cuteness overload. Okay, I could do, let's see. I could do to the coolest friend ever. I think I might do the Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry. This would be a super fun card to send to my grandson. Even though he's too little to read, he's definitely not too little to know that he got a special card from Grandma that's different from what his mom and dad got. I think that might be just the ticket. Okay, let me get a block and we will do just a little strip right there. I have helpers here today and they're being super quiet while I'm on camera. I think they're probably ready for me to be off camera so they can talk. Okay, I need a bigger block. Be cool, be chill, be merry. That is what we are going to put on here. And I'm going to make this a really narrow strip. Just a simple white strip, I think. I don't know, might be too much white. We'll try it and see. Sometimes you just kind of have to play with the design until it's where you want it. So let's be cool, be chill, be merry. Just a really thin strip of cardstock. And I want to have a greeting on here, but I don't want the greeting to be the main attraction. I really want the greeting to just support everything else on my card. And in that vein, I think I'm just going to trim the ends and not even flag it or be any fancy with it. We're just going to do trim, tailored, boom. Oh, I think I like it. What do you think? What do we think? I think it doesn't need anything because all of these bits, all my frame ends up being a frame for it. So, okay, I'm getting hearts. So Peggy says hello to all the helpers. So I'm going to grab my mini glue dots because if I can find, where did I put the mini glue dots? You know, they are such a great, there they are underneath the computer. They're so useful for so many things because they're small and they're dry adhesive. I don't have to worry about getting gloppy glue, you know, that kind of, when you've got something narrow like this and you end up with spillage, yeah, it ends up looking a bit gloppy sometimes. I think I'm gonna actually tuck that right into underneath his wing and then there, and I'm super happy with that. So that's my Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry little penguin shaker card. I'm going to pop this on the inside and I'm going to grab this. And let's just take those trees and let's take those snowflakes, because if we've done so many pretty things on the outside, I think it bears having a little something extra on the inside. So let's just take our little snowflakes. And one of the things I like to do when you're repeating an image like this, if you just keep repeating it, you don't move the stamp around, it kind of looks a bit matchy-matchy. So I don't really want that look. I want something a little bit more random looking. So that's why I move the stamp around. Now I'm going to take my Just Jade and take this super cute little tree. I really like this. You do need to make sure it's inked up all the way, and then I'm going to bring it all the way down here. Whoops, see, I slid just a wee bit. Hopefully Griffin won't notice. What do you think? Maybe I could do another one right there. And then I think I will use my black again. Now, notice how much ink I just got on my hand. That's why I've got that little, but that little alcohol white has already dried out. You know, the thing about alcohol is it dries so quickly, which for the most part is a good thing. But, yeah, if you're going to drop your finger into the ink pad, you're going to definitely need to clean your fingers. Now let's take the stamp set, which is probably right in front of me. Ah, yes. And let's do the little seasons greetings. Be cool, be chill, be merry, seasons greetings. Now, if I were going to put a gift card in here or something, then I'd probably put a little gift down there. I think I'm just going to leave it simple. Sometimes it's good to not add too much. Sometimes you want to add a lot and take it really over the top. But you also want to be mindful that your eye has a place to rest. And if you get too much going, your eye doesn't really know where to land. I was going to use black, but I think we're going to go with the Just Jade. Don't really like the way those trees came out. might even be crooked. You know, it's a handmade card. We're not gonna fuss. Sometimes I think we can do backflips and frustrate ourselves, and then we take the joy out of our creativity. And at the end of the day, a handmade card is made with very human hands. And I can tell you, the older I get, the more human I become. And I know some of you on here can relate. Some of you youngsters, not so much. So that is my cute little inside. And that is my quick, easy shaker card. So really it all comes down to creating a frame. And then your scene, if you want a scene, you could. The other thing I think would be really pretty with this is to use this black glimmer paper on the background. I may do a second version of this and not do a stamped scene. And then, you know, build your little frame around here with the adhesive strips. These foam adhesive strips are definitely a must for a shaker card. And I know that some people are doing like kind of like a mock shaker card because it's done with a clear envelope. To me, it just doesn't, it doesn't have the same look because this gives you the depth because of the raised, the foam strips. And I like that depth. That's what I'm looking for in a shaker card. So that is it for today. I hope you are inspired. You can rewind this, stop and start to see the steps. But it's really quick, it's really easy, and one of the keys is to make sure you don't get too much shaker in the shaker card. But look how nice my trees look when it's all down. Lots of snow. And then it shakes. Cute little simple inside. And it all started with the penguin punch. Yeah, you're right, Peggy. If you get too much in here, it won't shake well. It all clumps together. So these are it. Remember that you do need the window sheets as well. They're actually on back order right now. You can order them. I would encourage you to put them on your order if you don't have any. But they will be back in a couple of weeks. And so if you place your order, you can get this free paper, and then they'll just send you the window sheets in a couple of weeks as a separate part of your order. So don't forget, I have a host code, and you can use that to place your order. And I will be here tomorrow. Usually I have a day in between, but tomorrow I will be back with simple and stepped up. Lord have mercy.
You ended early?
No, thankfully I'm still here. When I went to bring my camera back up, somehow I end up touching something that wants to send like some SOS alert. I don't know. It's scary. To say it's a blonde moment is being diplomatic. It's more than a blonde moment. It's just plain dumb. So that's it for today. Simple, quick and easy shaker card made super sweet with the Penguin Place bundle, which I think is a must-have with the little penguin and the penguin punch and so many cute stamps to go with it to make it into a holiday or birthday card. There's a balloon in there and gifts, so lots of cute birthday options. And my little guy is going to go to a young man, and I think he might drive his parents a little crazy shaking it. But I will say it's pretty quiet. So for a grandparent thing, it's quiet compared to some of the grandparent things. I remember when my kids were small, my first two were small, and my father-in-law got a toy piano for my daughter for Christmas, and I think she was 2. That was one of those things I thought, yeah, that's a grandparent buys that because a parent never would. It drives you crazy with the noise, but they have fun. And then they grow up before you know it, and thankfully they give you grandchildren. So that's it for today. I won't keep chattering. Got lots to do. I'm sure you do as well. Thanks for being with me here today because I'm not typically here on a Wednesday. And be sure to come back tomorrow for simple and step up stamping. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.